It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Freeman. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. He was locked in last week, NFC Offensive Player of the Week in Week 2.
Clear some space in the trophy room. He won it last week. He's thinking he's going to get a few more before this season is over, maybe even starting with this game.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
It's Patrick Robinson there on the stop.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. From the shotgun, Ryan. He dropped it. couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts? Come on. What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Breeze. Going up top. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Go. Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Ryan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 3rd and long. It's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his 2nd season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Breeze. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. They wound up getting nothing out of that second down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he finds Julius Thomas. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards there and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are
nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Tech McKinley in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Breeze going to throw. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Breeze now. That's caught by Meredith right side. And still fighting. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go.
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Trevor Davis with officially a 103-yard return. And the Falcons are in for 6.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Got it.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. To throw, it's Breeze. And this is Central Florida's Traquan Smith, his first NFL catch. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Breeze now on 1st down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tech McKinley in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
95-56, 95-56. Got it.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And down to the 36-yard line here. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back, and it'll be third down.
Here we go.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Here's Breeze to throw. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Tech McKinley. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. And that is going to be incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On second down, here's Ryan. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. From the gun, it's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Here's Ryan. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Now a play fake here on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Breeze going to sneak it. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Drew Brees, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Now Brees will bring the Saints offense up to go for 2 here. They'll try and run with Ingram. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you've got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. 2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. Dancing to his left. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Ryan forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 42 yards. A big play like that looks familiar, doesn't it? Like we saw it a week ago, reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Nothing wrong with being explosive. Nothing wrong with being electric. Nothing wrong with carrying it over.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are in for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And an alley to run. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. And after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now it's the backup Bridgewater. Buying time to his left. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Bridgewater drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Bridgewater now. Complete. Smith has it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Lutz's kick is good. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. Third and long. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Flush to his right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. A very solid gain of 27.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Delta. 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 Delta.
Bridgewater now from the 50. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On second down, Ryan being chased out left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They go play action here on first down. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. A gain of 6 there on first. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
The Saints on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Bridgewater. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Five down.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Here's Bridgewater. It's brought in right side by Ginn. 23 yards on the play. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided to pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Bridgewater to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Derek Shelby in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Third and long for Bridgewater. And the pressure gets to him again. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And with that, they move ahead by a point here in this 3rd quarter. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It sounds like you're going negative on me.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards.
Get up!
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. 3rd and long. It's Ryan. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Sheldon Rankins able to track him down for a loss of 13. And it'll bring up 4th down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. On the check down, he finds Kamara. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
They run it again with Kamara. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
To throw, Bridgewater. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll run here with Ingram. And they're running right through it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold them to 3 to keep this a one-score game. Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. Bridgewater with a keeper. Try to wedge his way in there, no signal. I don't think he got there. He did it. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand.
Got three. Three down. 12. Here we go.
Now Ryan back into his end zone. Dancing to his left. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space. There they elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it?
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Bridgewater. And he will get into the end zone. It's 2 points and also a 2-score advantage as the lead swells to 9. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
12.
Throwing now is Ryan. Drops it off for Coleman. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Here's Ryan. Forced out to his left. With the left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very solid gain of 27.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. And this play was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Okafor in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Now Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield at the 47. Cameron Jordan in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Bridgewater here to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Now Bridgewater. That's caught by Meredith right side. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Bridgewater to throw. Buying time to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Lewis. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Here's Bridgewater. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Bridgewater. Being chased out left. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this from 46. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Saints, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.